Hey, what's up guys? My name's Ben. Welcome to the Swanky Productions channel where I put one new snowmobile video out every week in the wintertime. So if you like what you see here today and you want to make sure you see more, make sure you click the subscribe button, click that bell after subscribe. That will let you know anytime I put a new video out. So tonight we're going to do a little experiment. I'm going to take the Aux Beam, I think it's the T1 series. They're an H4 bulb. I'll have a link for them down in the description. I'm going to take those LED bulbs out of the F1100 there and put them in the 2019 ZR6000. So to get those ugly looking yellow halogens out of there, we've got to pull this little grate out. That one comes out easier than mine does. Or maybe harder. What's happening? There we go. So you've just got some little tabs up at the front here and then a tab on the side. So I switched over to my phone. Audio will be a little bit worse, but I've got a light on it so at least you'll be able to see what we're doing. So you can see left side light over there, your right side over here. This is, like I said, an H4 plug, so that's going to come directly off of the back there. Just pull straight back. I've had people ask me on the original video when I did this on the F1100 why I don't just pull the hood off. I guess this would be out of your way, but I don't know. I can still get my arm in there. It's not like it really makes a difference. Just don't give you much room. There we go. That actually made it a lot easier. I guess standing off to the side of the sled here and reaching in that way makes it a bit better. So, get that out of the way here. The dust boot. Just pull right off of the back like that. That will get reused, but I think before I try to get that bulb out of there, I think what we'll do is stick the new bulb on here. Woo! Yikes! Definitely works. We'll set that down there, and we'll try the high beam. Looks like that's gonna work. So now on to the fun part here, and that's removing the old halogen bulb. So that has a ring around it that looks like that, and basically these tabs on the sides lock into some mating tabs on the sled, and this needs to get rotated counterclockwise to release those tabs. So I ended up sticking both my arms down in there and was able to get one finger on each of the tabs. And that did the trick. Got it out. Finger up at the top, one at the bottom, and then just gave it a twist like that. This thing makes installing the bulb so much easier. You put this down into place and then put the boot and the clip and everything in there. It's got a little tab right there that fits into a slot here. And you stick that in and then just rotate the light wherever you need it. You want to make sure that you don't buy a light that the back is any bigger than this. Otherwise it's going to interfere with this plastic molding down in here. There we go. When it's in, let me just give it a twist. Ah, crap, I forgot my boot. Don't do that. So this has got to go on before the light goes on. So I'll fix that up. It's a little bit hard to tell on camera, but the LED is definitely brighter. I don't know about you guys, but I think the LED definitely looks much better. So I will get the other one pulled out of the F1100, installed in the ZR6000, and then we'll take this out on the trail and see how they look. So I got both lights in now and I'm ready to take this thing out for a ride, but I'm not going to put this grate back in here because when I'm out on the trail, I'm thinking I might have to stick my wrench on here. This is attached to the 4mm adjustment bolt there, and I've got a socket on that, and then I've got the kind of wobble extension there. If I wanted to turn this down, I would turn it clockwise. If I wanted to bring the light up, I would turn it counterclockwise. If you look at your owner's manual, it will give you some sort of diagram that you can measure on your wall, and I mean, that's great if you want to try that, but for me, I kind of like to get it set just how I like it out on the trail anyways. So we'll go out on the trail, see what these look like, maybe do some adjusting, and we'll call it a night. So I'm thinking it looks like we're going to have to aim these down a little bit, and I was actually looking back at the video where I put these lights in the F1100 a couple years ago, and it looks like that is exactly what I had to do then too. So I'm not sure what it is about the housing or the bulbs or what the deal is. And I guess it's not like I haven't ran into that installing LEDs in other machines before. But it seems like for whatever reason you're going to have to aim them down quite a bit. And this is definitely something that you'll have to
to go and do after you make suspension adjustments anyways. That's actually one of the reasons why I hadn't touched the adjustment knob on this at all yet. So I guess I didn't mention that, but we are running the low beam, which obviously there should be a cutoff basically at a point where if there was a sled coming the other way, we would not be shining light in their eye. It should be kind of aimed at their chest more or less. And if I turn to high beam, then we're of course kind of losing some light way up in the trees where we don't really need it unless we're maybe doing some bird watching. It's always good to see wildlife on the trails, but it's probably best to have that high beam aimed down at the trail so you can see the deer in the distance rather than the owls in the tree. So we will find a safe spot here to pull over, and I will give that a turn or 6 clockwise. You guys see that moon poking through the trees? It's perfect timing. I got to see it just as it was cresting the horizon tonight. And it's not full, but oh man, it was giant. I love coming out and riding when the moon's out. I love doing anything when the moon's out. Oh, hello deer. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt your little moonlight walk on the trail there. My apologies. I'm getting a little bit of cloud cover over it now, but there it is. Beautiful night for a ride. Alright, so I'm on there. Again, clockwise. You can kind of see it starting to bend down a little bit. Oops. You'd think they could have made this a little bit easier for us. Before I take that off, let's check the high. That seems a little better. How many of you guys ride at night? I used to do it all the time, and now that I have kind of vowed to never do night ride videos, unless we're testing headlights, that is, I don't really do it at all anymore. Need to find some oncoming traffic, and then we'll circle back and find them and take a survey and see if I blinded them or not. I think it's funny, people will complain about LEDs, and back when HIDs were cool, people would complain about HIDs all the time, that, oh, they're so bright and they're always shining in my eyes. I don't understand why people do that. What I don't understand is why people put LEDs and HIDs in a reflector housing and then don't adjust it down at all, because obviously, like we saw tonight, you need to make some adjustments, and I think that's where 90% of that comes from, because if your low beams are aimed right, it doesn't matter how bright they are, they're not going to be shining in anybody's eyes. So low beam is definitely feeling low, but obviously, like I said, that's a good thing. We want that. So we'll flip over to the high here. And maybe I went a little bit too far there. I guess one thing that we can do is hop off and pretend we're oncoming traffic. Now the moon's gone. So if I was on a sled, I'd be right about here. Oh yeah, I can go higher than that. So now we are going to be going lefty-loosey here. Lefty-downy, I guess. Lefty-uppy? Lefty-uppy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we have stuck with 3? We probably should have stuck with 3. We'll go back to 3. Oh, socket fell off again. Socket fell down again. Digging around for my socket again. Okay. Back together. Let's go. Actually, before we go here, let's pretend to be oncoming. Oh yeah, we're good. I guess we can call it good for now. I think that'll work. So definitely, I think an improvement. Kind of hard to say in the garage there, and I think it seemed like once I kind of revved it up a little bit and put some RPMs to her, it kind of was a little bit more obvious that the LED was brighter. But yeah, I would say these are definitely worth trying out in your sled. Obviously they work, so we figured that out, and I think this has definitely got to be brighter. The last, like I said, a couple times I was out with this, I don't know, I feel like you're missing something, I guess. It's just a nicer light to look at too, other than when it's really, 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 really snowing hard. That kind of ends up in sort of a blinding white bright mess of snowfall and can't really see the trail much then. So that is definitely something to kind of keep in mind, I guess, when you're purchasing these, that if you ride in heavy snowfalls a lot, then maybe this isn't what you want to do. I think it's still probably worth a shot. I've only really ran into that and had a big problem with it when I had a light bar on a four-wheeler and was out riding in the snow. And I mean, even that still okay, just not ideal. Really, when the snow is falling heavy like that, the best thing to have is some sort of yellow light. So I guess if you could get some sort of clip-on yellow lens, that would be probably perfect. You get brighter light and the right color for what the weather's doing. But I would say I'm super happy with these. Hopefully my buddy that owns this sled is also very happy with them. Gonna be kind of my gift to him for letting me borrow the sled all year. Huge thanks to him for doing that. Could not have made any of these videos without him and his ridiculous contribution to the channel, so big thanks to you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos and enjoyed seeing the ZR6000 on the trails this year. If you want to purchase these lights, there'll be a link, like I said, down in the description. There'll be an H4 bulb for this sled, and I think probably most snowmobiles, to be honest. He's got LEDs. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay swanky, get out, enjoy these beautiful trails for yourself if you can, and hey, if you can't, check out some more up the top here in the meantime, or down at the bottom,